Believe it or not, some ideas out there are wilder than you could imagine. Today, we're going to be diving into the world of the most bizarre conspiracy theories that some people actually believe. We're talking about stories and ideas that are so strange. These theories aren't just odd, they're unthinkably absurd. And we're going to rank them from simply unbelievable to the absolutely outrageous, so let's get into it. Number 1. The Iraqi Stargate. Let's take a trip back to 2003. The United States rolled into Iraq, hunting for weapons of mass destruction. Although some people are convinced that the weapons of mass destruction were just a smokescreen, and the real prize was Saddam Hussein's Stargate. This isn't any ordinary military gear, we're talking about an ancient Sumerian device rumored to be a cosmic phone booth for dialing up aliens. Imagine just Saddam chilling in his palace, ready to chat with some extraterrestrial beings. Maybe he wanted to trade tips on interstellar travel, or just needed some new friends from far, far away, who knows. The conspiracy theorists say that the US wasn't there for oil or politics. They were on a mission to stop Saddam from throwing an intergalactic party. Think about it. Troops landing in Baghdad, not to find bombs, but to close a portal to the stars. My man, it's like an episode of Ancient Aliens meets Mission Impossible. And let's not forget George W. Bush in this wild story. If the theory holds for any water, then Bush wasn't just a president. He was a universal peacekeeper, preventing the first space war. Number 2. The moon illusion. The moon, that glowing celestial body in the night sky, has been a source of wonder for eons. But there is a theory out there that'll make you question everything you thought you knew about our lunar neighbor. Some people actually believe that the moon doesn't exist. They claim the moon is a hologram. Don't be confused. Let's break this down. Every night, as you gaze up at the moon's serene beauty, what you see is a high-tech light show. A cosmic projection pulled off by some very secretive individuals for reasons nobody can quite pin down. Why they're doing it? That's anybody's guess. But maybe they ran out of Netflix shows to binge watch and they needed a new hobby. I get it. David Icke, a big name in the conspiracy theory world, doesn't just stop at hologram. The dude kicks it up a notch, suggesting that the moon might be something even more fantastic. He claimed it was a spaceship. Our moon could be the Starship Enterprise of the ancient world, boldly going where no moon has gone before. So why would anyone go through all this trouble to put the moon there? To mess with astronomers? To have something pretty to look at? Or maybe it's just the universe's way of keeping us on our toes. Next time you're outside, take a good look at the moon and remember, in the world of conspiracy theories, even the impossible seems possible. Number 3. Former US President and Antichrist. In the wild world of conspiracy theories, even the President of the United States isn't safe from outlandish claims. On this one, Barack Obama is the Antichrist. Yeah. In this conspiracy universe, Obama isn't just a former president. He is the incarnation of evil prophesied in the Bible, masquerading as a savior. This one takes the cake for creativity. The Antichrist, a figure of ultimate darkness, just chilling in the Oval Office. That's a lot to take in. Some people don't just stop at Antichrist, they've actually gone ahead and credited Obama with weather manipulation powers. Yeah. Just imagine Obama sitting in the White House pushing buttons to whip up storms like a modern-day Zeus. The most outrageous part of this conspiracy theory centers around the tragic 2013 tornado in Moore, Oklahoma. According to some theorists, Obama was the puppet master behind this disaster. They believe that he had the power to summon tornadoes. Number 4. The existence of the Beatles. The Beatles, the iconic rock band that captured hearts worldwide, never actually existed. Yeah, according to this theory, the Fab Four were about as real as unicorns and dragons. Now, this isn't just a case of mistaken identity. It's a full-blown claim that the Beatles were a manufactured group of lookalikes. Imagine, instead of John, Paul, George, and Ringo, we had a rotating cast of Beatles impersonators. It's like a never-ending Beatles tribute band, but without the tribute. The believers of this theory have turned scrutinizing old Beatles photos into an art form. They pore over every detail, from the angle of George Harrison's left hand to the placement of John Lennon's beauty marks. It's like a game of Spot the Difference, but with Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. The theory suggests that these actors were so good that they fooled the entire world. Apparently, the real talent wasn't in writing Yesterday or Let It Be, but in finding a group of guys who could look and sound just like the Beatles without anybody catching on. And just when you thought the Paul is dead conspiracy was the peak of Beatles lore, this theory comes with a dramatic drum solo. It's not just one Beatle in question, it is all of them. Number 5. Dinosaurs build the pyramids of Egypt. Not aliens, not lost civilizations, but good old T-Rexes and friends lending a claw in construction and design of ancient Egyptian pyramids. This idea, championed by creationists like Vince Finch, who is an evangelist pastor and the director of the Accelerated Christian Academy in Malta, spins a story that flips history on its head. According to this version, dinosaurs didn't vanish millions of years before humans appeared. Instead, they just hung out with our ancestors, maybe even shared a few jokes, and helped move those massive stones in place that build those pyramids. A group of dinosaurs, which Fenech fondly calls dinosaurs, teaming up with the Egyptians. Imagine, a T-Rex struggling to use its teeny little arms to lift the stones, while a Brontosaurus is reaching the high spots without a ladder. And let's not forget the velociraptors, likely in charge of the more intricate work given their dexterity. Fenech even suggested that these dinosaurs were mentioned in the Old Testament. It's an interpretation that gives Sunday school stories a whole new angle. Sadly, Fenech's Christian Academy closed in 2012, ending the era of his unique, dino-centric education. Students no longer had the chance to learn about how a stegosaurus might have contributed to ancient architecture. It was a loss to would-be paleontologists and historians everywhere, who were ready to rewrite history books with stories of dinosaurs and human cooperation. Number 6. The Lizard People. In the world of conspiracy theories, one of the most captivating, in my opinion, is the idea that lizard people, or reptilians, are running the world. Beneath the surface of global politics and high society, there supposedly lies a secret. Many of the world's leaders and influencers are not quite human. These reptiles are humanoid creatures capable of changing their appearance to blend in with us regular humans. They're like chameleons in suits, swapping scales for business attire. And according to some stats, a staggering 12 million Americans buy into this scaly scenario. I mean, there's a lot of us, but 12 million is whew. David Icke, go figure, leads the charge in spreading the word about these cold-blooded overlords. He claims that the reptilians are the main threat to society. Who's supposedly part of this reptilian world? The list reads like a who's who of the powerful and famous. Supposedly, you got the Clintons, the Bush family, and even Queen Elizabeth II. But how do you spot these undercover reptiles? Well, the eyes have it. Allegedly, a quick gaze into their eyes can reveal their true nature. Next time you're watching a presidential speech or a royal address, you might catch a glimpse of something a bit lizard-like. Number 7. Redheads are from aliens. Those with fiery locks aren't just turning heads with their unique hair color, according to this theory. They're literally out of this world. Now, redheads have always been a bit of an enigma. They're a rare breed, making up only a small percentage of the global population. But it's not just their hair that sets them apart. They have a bunch of other quirks that science has actually confirmed. For starters, redheads experience pain differently than the rest of us. They're also more likely to develop certain diseases, and for some reason, they're not the biggest fans of visiting the dentist. Maybe it's the bright lights and the shiny tools that remind them of a distant galactic home? I don't know. This theory suggests that these unique traits aren't just genetic coincidences, they're signs of extraterrestrial heritage. Thousands of years ago, a group of interstellar travelers might have landed on Earth, and redheads are their direct descendants. Imagine alien ancestors deciding that Earth was the perfect place to settle down. Maybe they were attracted by the planet's natural beauty, or maybe they just took a wrong turn at Mars. But whatever the case is, they stuck around and now their legacy lives on forever. Hi, Chad. Number 8. The Earth has a hole. According to this theory, our planet's more like a cosmic basketball, hollow on the inside. The story goes that there are 2 grand portals, one at each hole, that serve as a gateway to this inner world. It's like the Earth has its own secret backdoors, and all you need to know is where to find them. So what's supposedly inside this vast, empty space? Believers of this theory claim that entire colonies thrive inside the Earth. We're talking about descendants of Vikings and Nazis. According to this theory, Nazis managed to find their way inside the Earth and set up bases. These inner Earth dwellers have been mistaken for extraterrestrials. Turns out, they might not be from outer space, but from right beneath our feet. And if that's the case, then we might need to start calling them intraterrestrials. Aliens who are more intra than extra? Yeah, whatever. This theory, however, finds itself in a bit of a turf war with another famous conspiracy theory. You got the Flat Earthers. Yeah, the Flat Earth Society is trying to prove that our planet is not a spinning globe, but a flat disk. It's a conspiracy theory face-off. Hollow Earth versus Flat Earth. Number 9, the Flat Earth Theory. Oh, we were just talking about that. The Flat Earth Theory stands out for its sheer, audacity and historical charm. It's a theory that harks back to a time before Columbus and Magellan, insisting, despite centuries of scientific progress, that the Earth is as flat as a pancake. We now have modern-day champions of this theory, like Mark Sargent, which is a great name for somebody who's, the way that he is. Sargent has breathed new life into this old idea. A prominent figure in the Flat Earth community, he likens our world to a vast soundstage under a dome, similar to the setting of the movie The Truman Show. The 2017 Flat Earth International Conference brought together those who share this view. They're not just a group of quirky individuals, they're a movement, challenging the globe model of the Earth with an alternative map. This Flat Earth map is encircled by a towering wall of ice. It's like living on a giant pizza, surrounded by a crust that's perpetually frozen. While the number of flat earthers isn't precisely known, it's suggested that younger people might be more open to this perspective. It's an interesting theory in a digital age where information and misinformation travel at the speed of light. Sure, it's easy to chuckle at the idea of a flat Earth. Even the flat earthers themselves in the documentary Behind the Curve ended up accidentally debunking their own theory. But the persistence of this belief highlights a broader issue: extreme skepticism towards science. Number 10, ladies and gents, the LHC, this one's a fact, this is not a conspiracy theory. The LHC was used to summon a god. The Large Hadron Collider, the LHC for those informed, according to some imaginative minds, was built not for scientific research, but to summon the ancient Egyptian god Osiris. Yeah. The world's most powerful particle accelerator that's underground in the border of France and Switzerland might actually just be a modern-day portal to the afterlife. The theory draws parallels between the LHC and an ancient Egyptian artifact known as the Tawer, sometimes referred to as the Osiris device. Proponents of this theory believe that, just like the Tawer, which was thought to help Osiris travel through the underworld, the LHC is capable of opening wormholes and enabling interdimensional travel. At the CERN grounds, where the LHC is located, stands a statue of the Hindu deity Shiva, known as the Lord of Dance and associated with creation and destruction. Theorists point to this statue as proof of the LHC's true purpose, although the connection between Shiva and Osiris might leave historians and scientists alike confused. Imagine, for a moment, the scientists at CERN secretly decoding ancient Egyptian texts to blueprint a mega machine, all under the guise of particle physics. It's like a plot from a Dan Brown novel with a touch of Stargate sci-fi. Which of these conspiracy theories do you believe? Do you believe in any of them? Get him! Roast him! Comments, attack! I don't know. Let us know in the comment section below. And if you enjoyed this, smash that like button, subscribe for more, and share with friends who love a good adrenaline rush. Until next time, later.